Christian Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents Gardens in the Desert, How the Adaptive Church Can Lead a Whole New Life, by Michael Adam Beck and Kenneth H. Carter, Jr. Narrated by Basil Sands. Cultivating Gardens of Well-being in the Desert of Exile. Build houses and live in them. Plant gardens and eat what they produce. Take wives and have sons and daughters. Take wives for your sons and give your daughters in marriage, that they may bear sons and daughters. Multiply there and do not decrease. But seek the welfare of the city where I have sent you into exile, and pray to the Lord on its behalf, for in its welfare you will find your welfare. Jeremiah chapter 29, verses 5 through 7. The world has changed all around us. Even before the global pandemic came along, we were facing the multiple and interconnected pandemics of systemic racism, inequality, poverty, climate change, political extremism, corrupt justice systems, an increase in mental illness, and the disintegration of church as we know it, just to name a few. Shelley Rambo, a theologian who works in the discipline of trauma studies, suggests that in our contemporary setting, post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, is no longer only a diagnostic label for individuals in a suffering condition. Rather, quote, it has become a way of naming the conditions of life more broadly, end quote. Unresolved trauma spills out in patterns of harm and can be passed on generationally. We live in a traumatized age. Gil Rendell, former senior vice president for the Texas Methodist Foundation, as well as former senior consultant and director of consulting for the Alban Institute, refers to the season in which the church in the United States flourished as an aberrant time. An aberration is not the norm. It is, in fact, quote, a departure from the normal state of affairs, end quote. The conditions that caused the Christendom, attractional, propositional iteration of the church to thrive in the United States have changed. It's as if the church we've known was formed in a jungle, but now we find ourselves in a desert. A jungle is a living system with a multitude of life forms. A desert is also a living system with its own unique life forms and context. We now find ourselves in an entirely new ecosystem, and we must learn a new way of being for desert life. We will learn to get water from a cactus, and some of us will discover needles in our hands. We will learn to locate the oases of the Spirit. We will plant new kinds of gardens together. The church planted in jungle conditions is now learning to live in a desert. This is not a technical problem with a technical solution. This is an adaptive challenge. We find ourselves in a wicked environment. We mean wicked not in the sense of being evil or morally wrong, but rather as a complex environment where success, as we once conceived it, is not the most likely outcome. Consider the difference between kind learning environments and wicked learning environments. In kind learning environments, patterns repeat consistently, and feedback is rapidly obtainable. In wicked learning environments, there may not be repetitive patterns. The rules of the game are unclear. The status quo changes, and feedback is often delayed, inaccurate, or both. Wicked learning environments thrust us into an adaptive challenge. While some of our knowledge and skills will transfer, many will not. We all
Sample complete. Ready to continue?